Hi, I'm Adam here with Lee Mather, the principal game designer on F1 2015. So Lee, 2015's come around, we've got new consoles hitting the market, a next generation. Where do you start?
Well, we started from scratch. Obviously we built the previous games on the previous Ego engine, but we felt that with the move to the new consoles, there was the extra power, extra memory to take advantage of, and we wanted to do that, to the best of our potential. So we started with a new game engine. We've got entirely new render tech, new lighting system, new physics system, new force feedback, new AI. I mean, literally, there's nothing that's untouched in this game.
Monumental effort. How long did this take you to pull off?
I mean, we started investigating, what we were going to do as early as 2012.
Oh, wow.
And we had an idea of where we wanted to go with the future, with the franchise. But in earnest, we've been working on it for 18 months, 2 years.
So this game is a long time in the making.
It was a huge undertaking, as I say, but we knew it was the way that if we were going to really take this further forward, further than we've ever taken it before, we had to start afresh, and we had to start with something that we knew we could really, really build upon.
Yeah, it looks like you've really worked on the game feel and really improved how that works. Tell me how you've gone about making this a really immersive F1 experience.
Yeah, so I mean, for the on-track experience, we knew that we needed 60 frames per second, and absolute minimal input lag. I mean, that's important in a sport like F1, where obviously everything happens so quickly.
Sure.
So we've put a lot of time and effort into getting the optimizations in so it runs at that rate. We spent a lot of time and effort working on the physics engine, and in particular the input system and the force feedback. So everything just feels a cohesive experience. It's tight, it's accurate, and it feels how you expect a Formula One car to behave in your mind. So what your inputs come across how you would expect them to on the track, which gives you a beautifully rich racing experience.
And outside of the car as well, you've really worked on building up the atmosphere of the race weekend. Tell me about that.
Yes, I mean, that's the new championship season mode really, which encompasses that. So when people watch the sport on TV, they see the pit crews hanging around on the grid, setting the car up, moving the tyres and things around. You get the champagne sequence at the end of the race. You see the drivers doing donuts. There's all these things that are exciting parts of the sport as well as the racing. Formula One's a really glamorous and exciting business to be part of. And I think the player wants to see that, and we wanted to get that across. So championship season does that for the player. You play as a licensed driver, so you can be featured in all of the scenes. You're featured on the podium, in the grid sequences, in the garage. It adds that glamour and that sort of level of excitement that you see in the sport on TV. It's
nice that you can add that level of fun to a game that could well easily get trapped in the idea of being a simulation.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, the gaming experience can be simulation, or it can be much easier depending on how you configure your assists. But to bring into it the flavour of the sport as well, and not just the on-track experience, I think is important for a game like Formula One.
Yeah. Now, what is it about F1 2015 that you really love?
To be honest, I just love driving the cars. I mean, if you find yourself in time trial and then 2 hours later you're still in time trial, you know that you're enjoying the depth of the feel of the car. But also the presentation is just immense. It just absolutely looks beautiful.
What do you hope that an audience at home, your average gamer, will get out of F1 2015?
I want them just to go wow when they fire it up. I want them to get from the second they see the intros, to the track intros voiced by David Croft and Anthony Davidson. As they get talked through that, I want them to sit there and think, wow, this is really cool. It's immersive. It's pulling me into the sport. It's talking to me. And then when they get to the on-track experience, I want them to feel part of it. Not only are they going to enjoy the drive, but they'll get the race engineer who they can now speak to via the voice comms. So you can actually ask your race engineer questions. I think all these things are so Formula One that it's what people expect to have, and we've been able to give it to them.